Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the morning routine. It is Friday, May the 5th. We have made it to Friday once again, first week of May in the books and on the records. So here we are. I hope everybody's week was on the better side of weeks, and we're excited for the weekend, maybe some big plans to get some things done. You know, who knows? I had an exciting week, of course, lots of things that I've shared with you. I also had my best friend from high school, sister had a baby. I feel like I'm an uncle, even though I'm not an uncle. So those are always exciting things. Good morning, Kevin and Dave, and glad everybody's here this morning. Morning, Sean. And just a great week. So a lot of exciting things happened. Was out playing racquetball last night. And as some of you guys might know, if you've been tuning in, I got a back that's a little weird. Interesting observation yesterday while playing racquetball. My back hurt. There's no doubt about it. But I found that when there was a play going on and somebody had to go to the ground to get it, I was more than willing to go down to get that ball, even though my back hurt. But when it came time to pick the ball up off the floor, like when the play was over and you had to pick it up, that hurt like heck. It's like these competition endorphins were masking the pain. So the question is, how can I live with a constant state of competition endorphin so I never feel pain? It was amazing, you know? So I don't know. Not that I want to live that way, but I don't know. Go figure. But I have lots of things to share with you. I am like backing up on so much stuff that I find so intriguing, and I don't know. So let's jump right into a couple things. I heard about this truck. There is a company out in Ohio, I believe it was, called Workhorse. Workhorse makes electric vehicles like Tesla does, but their big thing is they're coming out with a pickup truck that's going to be available next year for $52,000. Fully electric pickup truck. This thing goes 0 to 60 miles an hour in 5.5 seconds, has an 80-mile range. It's not a big range, but it's made for like working and getting things done during the day. All-wheel drive, barely makes any noise at all. Now, the sad thing is when it first comes available, it's only going to be available for like fleet companies, so like UPS and stuff like that. But how soon will construction workers be able to have an electric pickup truck? That's really, really cool. You know, good morning, Wes and Melissa. So I saw that. That intrigued me. Another thing that I saw was lactose intolerant. All right. Now, everybody knows that term. The thing I found about this that was interesting is this article said that 25% of Americans now identify that they're lactose intolerant. This company called A2 Milk Company says they believe that it's only 4 to 5% of people that are truly lactose intolerant. They believe that the intolerance that people feel is based off of a thing in milk called A1 beta casein, which is some kind of a something in there. I can't remember what it was, but I don't know. It's getting too scientific. But the reason why they're called A2 Milk Company is supposedly cows usually always produce this A2 chemical in enzyme, but because of mass production and breeding and stuff like that to produce the amount of milk that we need, this A1 thing came. Well, a third of cows still make the A2 thing, whatever it is, enzyme. So this company is isolating those cows and producing a milk that's sold in stores right now called A2 milk. It's the same exact thing as the regular milk we drink, but without that A1 enzyme in it. And so people who say that they're lactose intolerant may be able to drink it without an issue. I found that very interesting. So they said that over time, milk has changed, which we all know that. We all know fruits and vegetables taste different and nutritional value has changed. Well, it just makes sense that our milk has changed as well. So I don't know if anybody out there is suffering from, milk intolerance, whatever, go try this A2 milk, and I'd love to know your feedback on if it truly helped or not. So, but I don't know. The other one that I saw here was, everybody know who Mark Cuban is? Owns a basketball team. He's on Shark Tank. This guy, I have to breathe. Some guys are so stinking smart. It's amazing. This guy has a new product out that is amazing. So Hear the statistic. We all know this. We've heard this because there's been big outcry in years past against banks about this. Last year in 2016, consumers spent more than $33 billion on overdraft fees by banks. $33 billion on overdraft fees is what consumers spent. So basically, people who didn't have enough money to keep in their bank account paid $33 billion because they didn't have any money. Isn't that amazing? So Mark Cuban has a new product that's out that he's invested in called Dave. It's an app called Dave. All right? And what this thing does is it monitors your spending. And it watches for $1 a month. It watches your spending, watches your trends, and if it senses that you might go over, all right, and go over your get an overdraft fee, it warns you so that you can make a transfer. But also, it allows that you can have a what do they call it? Like when they give you money, like an advance. Dave will give you an advance of money to cover you so you don't pay that overdraft fee without charging you at all. No fee for that. Just the $1 a month. I'm like, this is amazing. He has seen a market, $33 billion of unnecessary charges, and for $1 a month, he can help take it away. The average person was $136 in overdraft fees if you spread it across all Americans. Amazing. Thank you, Mark Cuban. Thank you, Dave. But hey, so as you guys know, I've been digging into Barna Trends 2017. Absolutely have been loving this book. I mean, it's all statistics and things like that. I'm weird, nerdy that way. That's okay. I accept it. So I'm going to share a little bit something out of there today that I found interesting. One thing, okay, this is totally separate than anything else we're going to look at right here, this graph. How much is being an American a part of your personal identity? 52% say a lot, 30 say some, 11 not too much, 7 not at all. So that basically means that 18% basically have no connection to being an American. 30%, a little bit. 52%, it really means something to them. So I don't know how I feel about that, guys. I got to be when I first read it, I guess it kind of bothered me, you know. I really buy into the, pride of the country we live in and things like that. But at the same time, the more I thought about it, I guess it makes more and more sense as we have more and more people from different countries. And honestly, in my family, I've been raised in a home where we took pride in, our Norwegian heritage. And maybe I have spent more time thinking about that than I had in my American heritage, which is kind of sad, So maybe it's a cause to pause and think about it, on how fortunate we are to live in such an amazing country that we live in, So one other thing I want to change, it's an article called Disenfranchised Youth. This, fascinating. We hear all about millennials and Gen Xers. This was fascinating to put words to what we hear about. So I'm going to share just a couple snippets real quick and then we'll move on. Okay, guys? All right. Now remember, I just shared about social media yesterday, and how by, it's overall good than bad based on women's responses to use, okay? So does social media have anything to do with what we're doing? Are you ready? Millennials, we continue to see a theme of disconnection. They're less trusting of government, of church, even of colleges and universities than their older counterparts. In other words, there are very few institutions, either social or economic, that bind millennials together. Remember, we've been talking about friendships and relationships and how loneliness is growing. Well, right here, the millennial generation is lonelier than ever because they're distrusting of every institution that's out there. Now, Gen Xers and millennials might resist being defined by anything. Their identities are certainly affected and shaped by external forces. So it's kind of funny that the millennials and Gen Xers are basically being defined by not agreeing to be defined by any institution. Right? I mean, that's their definition. So they are defining themselves just by not being defined. Weird. It's like a mind puzzle. So listen to this. This is important for employers, for churches, for for coaches. This is important. Here we go. Okay. The present opportunity for those who hope to reach the millennial generation, which is employers looking to engage them, coaches leading them, churches, leading them. Here we go. Is to ask where they are finding their sense of identity. If traditional institutions and relationships are not as defining for them, what most impacts their identity? Is it their friendships, their lifestyle, technology, entertainment, or the media they consume? Basically, they're saying what we've all known about so many other things and businesses have known forever. Find out what they're interested in, where they're going, and get in front of them, because they're certainly not going to change their patterns and come find you. If you're a coach and you're 50, 40, 50, 60 years old and you know things one way, guess what? If you want to reach a millennial, they don't trust you in the way you're doing it. You've got to change and get in the way of the direction that they're already moving, because they're not changing for anybody. So, I don't know. Very interesting, especially as an employer. I mean, my word. Learn what's important to them and get in front, and lead them that way. I mean, that's the way to do it. So, but anyways, good morning, Robin. So let's jump on, guys. Let's go check out what our Google trends are this morning, okay? Top 10 most popular trending Google searches as of yesterday, Thursday, May 4th. Number 1, Obamacare. Obamacare was all over yesterday. Big stuff going on with that. The House Republicans passed the replacement for Obamacare, so it was all over the news. Number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2 movie. It's actually at the drive-in in the Scranton area. Number 3, Lonzo Ball shoes. Okay, good. Number 4, Cinco de Mayo. Number 5 is Charlotte Flair. She's a wrestler. Number 6, Pittsburgh Penguins, the hockey team. Number 7, Mika Brzezinski. She's the one that's on that show with Joe Scarborough. Number 8, Miley Cyrus. Number 9, Ariel Winter. Number 10, National Day of Prayer. It was number 10 yesterday. Look at that. Annual observance is held the first Thursday of May. I didn't even know that. Wow. That is pretty cool. All right, let's go on over and see what our most trending news is, what people are most interested in knowing more about today as far as newsworthy stuff. Number 1 is, of course, the universal health care that's going on with Donald Trump. Next, Nikki Reed and Ian Somerhalder have a baby on the way. USA Today. That's number 2 trending news, and I don't even know who these people are. Kevin, Miley Cyrus, right? I know. What's going on? Number 3, Delta Airlines. Family threatened with jail for not leaving Delta speaks out. Woo! I'm telling you, man, I can't wait to get on a flight. I'm going to have my phone on record the entire time because I got to be able to catch something to get onto the news. I'm getting excited. Next, Planned Parenthood is next. GOP healthcare bill would defund Planned Parenthood. After that, United Kingdom local elections. All right, that's on MSN.com. The Conservatives have control of 9 of the 15 authorities declared. There you go. Next, American Health Care Act. We're familiar with what's happening on that. Yes, Kevin. Slurp. Man, that coffee's good. Next, Manchester United versus Celta Vigo. I'm taking it, that's soccer. After that, White House Rose Garden. Trump signs religious liberty order. Day of prayer proclamation. Wow, that was hard. So that is what our trending news is for today, Friday, May the 5th. Let's jump on over, guys, and see something a little bit more timeless. Let's go get our passage of wisdom. Here we go. All right, 2 verses this morning, guys. Are you ready? Here it comes. We're reading in Proverbs, which you know it's going to be good right off the bat. Simple, easy to engage, something to lock into our brains. Oh, this is going to be great. Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6, okay? Now, for everybody out there who's not a churchgoer, who's not a believer in God or anything like that, stick with me, okay? The reason why we call these a passage of wisdom is because they have life application, whether you're following and running after Christ or not. Trust me, I'm so true. I'm telling you. The Bible is the biggest source of wisdom principles you will find in any book. You read any leadership book, most of those things came from the Bible first. So I'm just saying. All right, here we go. Verses 5 and 6 out of chapter 3, Proverbs. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. All right, so for those who do not believe in the Lord, I understand you're going to disregard the trust in the Lord with all your heart. I understand that, okay? But lean not on your own understanding. I hope you get that one, because you only know what you know. And until you open up for coaching, mentoring, and lean on somebody's understanding, you can't go any further ahead than where you are. Now, for those who do follow after Christ and believe that he is, the leader of leaders, okay, and the master of salvation and grace and love, trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean on his understanding. In all of your ways, submit to him, and he will make your path straight. You can't go wrong when you're leading the master of wisdom and one of the most loving, judgment-free people that ever walked on this earth. You can't go wrong. So today I would encourage you that if there's something that you're holding on to, maybe you don't even know it. I know there's things all the time that I'm reminded of that, boy, I'm like, why do I do that? I don't even think about doing it. It's not like I do it consciously. It's just something that I do. But why? And then you have to look for wisdom on how to change that and fix the direction. So today I would encourage you to do that. And that's a great passage. Nice and simple. I love it. So, all right, guys, it's 7:05 a.m. on Friday. Let's pray. Let's get this Friday kick-started, okay? Father, good morning. Father, thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your knowledge, and your understanding. Your understanding of us, that we sometimes run away from your wisdom and love, and we don't even know it. Sometimes we're doing it on purpose, Father. You know in our hearts when we're doing it intentionally. But sometimes we don't even know. Father, today as we go through our day, help us become aware of those areas in our life where we're running from you and not trusting your wisdom. Make those obvious to us like it's never been obvious before. And then help give us guidance on how to move past that. Show us your wisdom. Show us the knowledge of how to move past that and follow you in a more trusting and wise manner, because we know that only great results and rewards will be ahead for us, whether it's peace now or heavenly rewards later, which is so exciting. Father, thank you for your love and your grace. Thank you for your lack of judgment on us, and that you forgive us and let us move on with a clean slate day after day after day. We love you. Amen. All right, guys, here we go. Friday is right ahead of us. Let's go out there and tackle this day. A great weekend ahead. And I hope you just take advantage of everything that you can, all the great opportunities that are in store for you. I can't wait to be back here on Monday morning with you. Until we meet again, don't forget to be exactly who you were meant to be. Love you guys. See you later.